See the pots warm, ice cold, got the strap of soul. If it all comes back, it's a Super Bowl. Hot the pole, let it go, stretch the dough. Hold your nose, keep going under. Submerge, emerge with better numbers. Went through the winter, caught the flight. Landed now, it's forever summer. You see my brothers, never still. No stagnation in the wheels.
Who with me? Who rocking with me? It's Coffee and Weed, part 3. Part 3. Coffee and Weed, part 3.
Same vision, man to man, no different. Same plan, feed the fan, won't watch the hand. Bite the hand, then take the arm, then take the leg, and finish up like he ain't dead.
Take his head,
If you made the bed,
lay it down.
spin the web,
You're stuck now.
dance with wolves with guts on ground.
No surprise, there's blood in mouths. That's right. We rocking to them light Burley tunes right now. That's like Burley in the background, baby. Y'all don't know. I was signed to Razor Sharp Sony. I was signed to Wu-Tang. Let's go. Let's go. Uh-oh. Dink the professor. He here with the wrench. Wrench is out. Put your wrench up. Wrench is in the air. Let's go.
When I'm shining, camera blinding, grinding, my bulletproof lining.
I can't trust a liar. We call them hungry lions.
Cause when they not champagne,
Then they whining.
life's a joke, you either laughing or you're crying or pacifying. It's pacifiers and child providers and drug food.
And watch how you feed these dudes. Immature, small spoons. Gotta give them small spoons.
We can't lose it, bullet wound. You send the goon, I send platoon. You've been swept.
Here's the broomer.
Dipped in doom.
Dusting the malice. The scale is unbalanced.
$1 a gram if you test it, we can finish the process. This ain't a pig fest. Trying to ham.
Yup, let's go. Who rocking with me? Coffee and Weed part 3. You know what this is about. Well, we talk about everything under the sun. But most importantly, the manly art of self-defense. How not to get yourself slept. Scales balance, right? That's right. The weed and coffee, they neutralize each other like yin and yang. They go together like yin and yang. They neutralize each other. They're good for each other. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you're a true chronic smoker, it keeps your appetite down, and coffee suppresses your appetite. So you gotta watch out with the coffee and weed, because if you end up like me, you ain't eating enough, putting in them workouts, and you burning calories, and you ain't putting enough in the tank. You know what Wilson Pitts used to tell me? You can't fly like a jet on car fuel. Say it again. You can't fly like a jet on car fuel. So, diet is important, people. You gotta have the right diet. Gotta be eating the right foods when you training. Coffee and weed. We don't light our joints into the 5-minute mark. So get your joints ready. That's right. Sleep like a baby. Get them things ready. Get them things ready. We got 1 more minute. We got to spark up together. We got to do it together in unison. Like a family. A family of smokers. Let's talk about what's going on in the world. Let's talk about some fights coming up. I want to hear about it. I want to know your thoughts. I want to pick your brain. Inquiring minds want to know. See, that's something a lot of young people don't even know about that one. Inquiring minds want to know. That's what we grew up on. Our commercials was heavy. Where's the beef? We had real commercials. Back in my heyday, they put money in the commercials. Big money in the commercials. Okay, we got to pack it right. Got to pack it. Okay, twisting it up. Come on, smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? It costs nothing to smash the like button. If you looked at the video for a second, just hit the like button. Even if you don't stick around, just hit the like button. It ain't nothing. It really ain't nothing. Okay, it's that time. We on that time. Where's your flames at? Get your flames. Put the flame to the joint. Uh-huh. Flame that thing up. Flame it up. Flame broiled. See, them joints gotta be flame broiled. You gotta flame broil. See, me, you see, I get a little good rotisserie turn on it. Look at that rotisserie. Look at my rotisserie. You see that? I rotisserie turn that. That's all rotisserie turn because I'm a professional. Would it be, Fema? Did you see that video? I put up the video of me and you sparring. Mm-hmm. I finally got it off of my camera. Had to get a new piece. Let's go. Let's go. Get your coffee. There you go. There you go. Well, you done caught the live, family. I got family in the building. I got people with wrenches. So let's go. Now, one thing I've been looking at, and I had to talk about, and this is to my black peoples. I really got to talk to my black peoples. Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap. The Trap Queen. He had that hit, Trap Queen. Mm-hmm. Caught with 100 kilos. 100 of them birds. Do you know what type of, first and foremost, let's talk about, do you know where you have to be up in the ladder to get 100 birds? Just because you're a rapper doesn't give you access to 100 birds. Let me tell you that. Just because you got the money doesn't give you access to 100 birds. Because first and foremost, if you run up on somebody that got 100 birds and you ain't connected, you probably ain't going to get served. And if you do get served, they're going to jack you. You getting straight jacked. So we got to know one thing for sure. Fetty Wap was connected. Even though he had that one eye closed, that other eye was watching. He had one eye closed, but that other eye was watching. 100 kilos. Put it like this. Back in my heyday, when I was hustling, a key could probably go for, let's say, like 600. You could be somewhere in the 25 to 30K for a key. But you're going to break it up and get some serious stuff back. And that's just for one. Now, prices done went up. Maybe even 15. Like if you was going low budget, you can even go 15. But when you buying the numbers like 100, you getting wholesale prices first and foremost. You ain't getting retail prices when you copping 100. Yeah, Supreme Team numbers there. When you copping 100, you getting, so at 100, you may have been getting them for 10K a piece, maybe even cheaper. But still, to get to that level of 100 keys, you need a multi-million-dollar operation. You need all types of things in place. So maybe because Trap Queen was his only hit and he took that money and invested in the streets, but he had to already be connected to do that, to do those type of numbers. Still in all, let's talk about what we call hustling backwards, people, because there's a message in the bottle here. Hustling backwards. It's like putting on your clothes backwards and going outside. Take your shirt, button it up down the back, and then go outside and put the tie on and see how people look at you. That's the same way you look when you hustle backwards. Yes, Trap Queen may have been his only hit, but there's so many investments he could have made with that Trap Queen money that he ain't even need 100 keys, bars. He didn't even need 100 keys, bars. He didn't even need it. That is hustling backwards, people. There is no way you take clean money. I'm talking about clean money, fresh out the mint, out the place where they printing it, and then stick it back in the dirt. There's no way you take clean money and make it dirty money. The process is dirty money to clean money. That's the process. You can't go against that process because it doesn't even make sense. Why would you take clean money and make it dirty again? So, to my peoples, there are more avenues than hustling. You got all types of truck companies, candy stores, laundromats, barbershops, salons. There are so many other things that can move your hustle forward because the outcome is what Fetty Wap is looking at. When you get to 100 key level, that's what I'm saying. When you on that level, the state ain't even looking at you. The state, they like this. Because the feds then came and told them, yo, don't even worry about that. We got him. And they put big money on you. See, the state ain't got but so much money to be watching you around the clock. The state ain't trying to spend that type of money on you. The state is run up on you, where's the packs, find the packs, take you off to jail. The feds will watch you for a year. And that costs money. That's overtime. That's white people stuck in the white van somewhere, drinking coffee, not eating right. Because you know when you on stakeout, your diet is terrible. I'm telling you. And you can't work out. You stuck in that little van, watching somebody else. So you getting paid. So for them to watch you for a year, they got to spend some money on you. And if they spending money on you, they believe you are worth it. Because they're not going to spend money on somebody selling nickel bags in the park. They ain't going to spend $1 million on you and you got tray bags after dark bars. They ain't going to spend $1 million on you. But now, if you selling tray bags across the globe, in every country, you got somebody selling some tray bags in the park for you, oh, then the feds are looking at you. They're going to spend some money on you because they know you making money. See, that's the way money works, people. You can't put big money on short money. They ain't going to do it. So if you dealing with 100 keys, you at a level beyond the beyond. But you're a rapper, man. And see, this is the problem with rap music. Rap music has to be the only music that it's all fictional. They live straight off the fantasy. Everything fantasy. And it's okay, but it's gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. And we know how music moves people. Music, movies, honest versus desperate hustling, that's right. But our music moves us. And in the black community, our music is all about self-destruction. It's all about self-destruction. It got to be the only genre of music that glorifies self-destruction. And during my time, we had a little bit more of variety. We had Arrested Development, Q-Tip, different people saying different stuff. Nowadays, not so much variety. So you bombarded with this trapping, and ain't nobody really trapping. And the dudes that are trapping are going to jail. That's why it's called the trap, because you're in the trap. You're making money straight out the trap. Sorry, people. People trying to call me, got to decline them real fast because I'm on live. They need to we're going to have to come up with a voicemail that lets people know you on live. Don't call me. It's coffee and weed. You can't be calling me during coffee and weed. Moving on, people. Moving on. One lump sum, would it be? Welcome to the live, homie. Welcome to the live. We got to talk fighting. And what is man's greatest delusion? Fight discussions up ahead right now. What is man's greatest delusion? I can fight. See, women have a delusion too. See, women have the entitlement delusion because they born with the JJ. Man has a delusion too. And man delusion is, I can fight. Yo, what he say, son? I'll punch you right in the eye, son. No training. No training at all. See, this is man's delusion. And this is the reason why the art of fighting and training, it should be mandatory. It should be mandatory for all men to learn how to fight. And this is just not to get out there and be busting skulls and making people sleep. We talking about the delusions of men. Because the men that think they can fight, they out there fighting looking bad, making us look bad. They on World Star looking terrible. They looking terrible. If we gonna at least be punching each other upside the head, we at least need to have a basic alphabet. Just like language. They don't just send you out there. They give you the alphabet, they teach you some words, you learn how to talk, you get it going. The same thing needs to happen with fighting. All men need a basic alphabet of fighting. And then what did be left fights. It's kind of like back in the day, in the Western days when everybody had a gap. It probably wasn't that many shootouts. I'm pretty sure there was shootouts, but knowing that that other man had a gap kept you honest. Kept you honest. Because see, if men ain't kept honest, our ambition allows us to go and do crazy stuff. Like we'll create wars for no reason if we ain't honest. We'll be busting each other in the head for no reason if we not kept to be honest. See, men have to be kept to be honest because our delusion is we can beat up the world. And with a delusion like that, you need to be kept honest. That's why my teacher, Wilson Pitts, he sat on my neck because he knew he was teaching me stuff that can hurt a man. So he had to humble me. I didn't understand it in the beginning. I thought the old man was coming for me. I thought the old man didn't like me. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I thought the old man didn't like me. I thought he had. I thought he could have been a little racist. I'm just gonna say it. That's right. I said it. It wasn't true though, because that was my emotions. Because I never had a man sit on me. I ain't never had a man that I was so intimidated by getting my face, like get up in here, like nose to nose. And then challenge me to a fight if I felt some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? It's our nature. That's right. It's our nature to push boundaries. That's why we have to have men that show us right. Because if he never got in my face, I'd have been walking around thinking my own doo-doo don't stink. Press 1. There's a lot of men out here running around like they doo-doo don't stink. Press 1. You need a man to get in your face and tell you, no, you stink. And you gotta fix that. Wilson Pitts once told me, he said, I am a mirror that can only see your mess ups. And I'm mixing words for YouTubes. He said F-ups. He said, I am a mirror that can only see your F-ups. Don't ask me what you do good. It was statements like that that made me think he ain't like me. But that's what a man has to do to you. Because he was passing me killer techniques. He gave me a left hook. Yes, I'm not going to even get up here and be bragging, but my left hook, and anybody that knows me and stood in front of me, no, I'm getting that left hook off on you, baby. Especially if I'm feeling some sort of way. Oh, you're going to get this work. You're going to get this work. And he gave that to me. So imagine, passing a 45 Magnum to a baby. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be problems. Ego, exactly. And and coming from the black community, we have a lot of that. We have to survive off of ego, false pride, because it's real. And this ain't just any poverty-stricken community can go through that. Old heads, that back in my day, that's what the old heads will always do. Will always chin check you. We throwing rocks at cars. It was the old heads that grabbed us up by the back of the collar. Like, what y'all little niggas doing? What y'all doing? Shook us up. We could, because we out there, we bombing the cars and running. But it was gangsters that stopped us. It was gangsters that told us, what's wrong with y'all? Slapped us in the head, kicked us in the butt, sent us up out of there. With a lesson. That's why these gangsters ain't gangsters no more. Real gangsters, the real gangsters, nah, man, they had honor. It was cold. There was cold. There was a code to it. Oh, $10 cash app. I can't see you yet. Peace and light, 52. Thanks for your knowledge. Thanks, MZ. Salute to the cash app, $10 cash app. Booyah! That's how we do it around here. That's how we do it around here. But see, that's what I'm saying. It takes men to keep other men in control. And this is why all men need to learn how to fight. Because you need to get in there and get your butt kicked. You need to get your chin checked. See, when you get your chin checked, that's a humbling experience. Like I sparred my Spanish teacher, he hit me with a jab that made the back of my head touch my butt cheeks. That's how much it snapped my whole. I think he could have broke my neck. And I would have never seen the right hand coming. See, but if you ain't got those moments as a man, see, that's how men are built. See, women are born with a value. A man must build his value. And a lot of our value comes from what? Provide, protect. A lot of people, a lot of men out here running around on the provision part, they got the provision part looking pretty well. But if some dude's kicking your door, you ain't gonna know how to fight. You know, if you end up on the other wrong side in the law, you know, you end up in jail. Who knows? I'm not saying you can go to jail for all types of things. It ain't gotta be for selling drugs. But you get up in there, you may have to fight. And if you know how to, other men will respect you. Listen, they either got to kill you or respect you when you know how to fight. That's right, Luke Shepard smoked the blunt. They got to kill you or respect you when you know how to fight. Press 1. And as a man, that's a gift. That's a gift. As a warrior, either kill me or respect me. That's a gift. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's right, Drew Johnson. I'll take that. See, but that's when you know how to fight. When you know how to fight, that's the options on the table. Either kill me or respect me. And if you ain't really violate nobody, 9 times out of 10, they gotta respect you. And if they come to kill you, you know how to fight. Take a couple of them with you. I'm not saying if I get in the tussle, I'm always going to be the victorious one, but I'm going to tell you, like I was told to me, when 2 apex predators meet, one of them is going to die and the other one is going to walk away maimed for life. You know what maimed for life is? I'm talking about, yeah. He going to be like, yeah, I fought, homie, but my arm ain't worked since I fought him. Like you see my whole joint been like this since I fought him. That's what I'm talking about. You're going to have a story because every time they see you, you're going to be like, why your neck like that? Yeah, I fought this dude named like Burley. I killed him, but he maimed me on the way out. That's how that's going down. See, you can make those type of statements when you know how to fight. And as a man, provision, protection. Those are your 2 purposes on this planet. And it's from those 2 purposes that you build, you destroy, you do all the stuff you have to do. Marcus, good vibes. Salute from Italy. I got to get out there and get some real Italian food, man. I'm really hungering for some real Italian food. But that's what I'm saying here. The man up code is through provision and protection. So you can get the money, but you need the protection. And how you get the protection? You must learn how to handle these things. Yes, and we're going to talk about the emotional fact. Learning how to fight gets on you. Because when you get in the ring and someone kicking you, just serving you up, ha, 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 everywhere you go, he just serving you, you know. Guess what? You start to panic. Guess what you start to do? You start to doubt yourself. When you taking them shots, when you taking them joints, guess what you start doing? You start doubting yourself. See, this is when you get soul checked. See, a punch will chin check you. A punch will chin check you. But what you're going to do is a soul check. It's a soul check. Like Deontay Wilder against Tyson Fury. Say whatever you want about Deontay Wilder. He was getting soul checked and he checked off the boxes. He was literally fighting unconscious. I don't even think he was in the building after the 4th round. I don't even think, even when he knocked Tyson down, that was off of muscle memory. Because you know when a man get a knockdown, he run to that corner and he looking at everybody like, yeah, I told you I was going to knock him out. It wasn't one of those type of knockouts. He wasn't even in the building. It was muscle memory. It was soul. It's when you go into autopilot. See, a warrior, if you trained long enough, you can go into autopilot. If you trained and you put in enough work, you can go into autopilot and fight straight off of muscle memory. This memory is not even in the building. He done left. He checked out. He done disconnected the Wi-Fi. Low Chi. Salute. Disconnected the Wi-Fi. He was fighting straight off of muscle memory. Come on. Just salute that man. Let me light my spliff and take a toke to that man. That man was fighting straight on muscle memory. He was dead on his feet after the 4th round. But that's warrior-ish. See, you can only get that when you train. You can't get that if you train. What muscle memory you gonna go off of if you ain't training to fight? Press one. What muscle memory you gonna go off of if you ain't training to fight? You ain't got no memory. You got nothing to go off of. So you stall, you panic, you freeze, you overwork yourself. These are all the things that amateur fighters do. Because the fight ain't really that serious. See, when you learn to fight, you learn it ain't that serious. All this, nah, cool as a cucumber. Snapping that joint out at him, talking to him. I'm talking to you like, what you gonna do about that? Come on, man. Come on. I just stole half your face. Come on. You just gonna sit there and let me punch you in the face like that? You ain't gonna do nothing. See, I'm talking to you. I'm unraveling your morale. And the only thing that can stop me from doing that is if you got the confidence to stay in there. See, this is what I'm telling you. Learning how to fight will soul check you. Teach you what you're going to do when the chips get low, when the building's on fire. Yes, Ronald L. Crisp, I train daily. You got to. Like putting on your pants. See, that's what people don't understand. Training is like putting on your pants. Do you go a day without putting on your pants? Do you just walk outside with your briefs on? No. Every day you put on your pants and you walk outside like a man. That's the same thing with your training. And people get all crazy thinking that you need to do 6 hours a day. You ain't fighting for no belts. You don't need all that crazy time. You need about a half an hour to an hour every day. And if you can do 2 hours, go for you. Me, I'll do it 2 to 3 hours nowadays. Back in my heyday, I was doing 6. I was baby Bruce Lee with it. But I got older now, so now I'm doing about 3 hours. I ain't too crazy with it. But the key is you have to do it consistently, like putting on your pants. Or is there such thing as lucky shots? Hell yeah. Let me tell you something. There's 2 types of luck. There's blind luck, and then there's the luck you work for. See, blind luck is somebody stepping in the game, doing some crazy, like, yo, how do you do that? Built luck is like Michael Jordan coming down, throwing up the ball, and it just go in, and he like, but that wasn't blind luck, because Michael Jordan shot 10,000 J's a night. Some craziness I heard. His practice. Like, I can hit you with a right hand that just falls on you. Would it be luck? No, that's built luck because I throw right hands every day. So if you do something, you build luck points. Look at all fighters. All fighters had a lucky moment. Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, every fighter that really trained was given a lucky moment because they built it. So there's earned luck. There is earned luck because life is mathematics. Like one thing I used to see about earned luck is a lot of dudes that I knew that hustle would go to jail, come back home, and win all of the dice games. Like their luck would be on craziness. It's almost as if life owed them something for them being in jail. I can't explain it, but there is built luck. And when you working on something, you can build luck. You want built luck over blind luck. I'll take built luck all the time. Blind luck comes and goes. That's somebody winning the lottery. Straight blind luck, you know. Built luck is doing the job all the time, and then, you know, it hits you. Something lucky happens to you in accordance with the work that you've done. Light it up, people. Keep them. See, the one thing about smoking and talking is you always let the joint go out. That, you know, somebody need to make a perpetual burning joint. Like where it just burns, and you know, just because once you get to running your mouth, the joint always go out. But like I was saying, fighting will soul check you. They said the warrior's path is the quickest way to enlightenment. They didn't say that just because, people. The warrior path is the quickest way to enlightenment because it's the only place that tests yourself where you can't lie to yourself. See, when you go in the world, you lying. I know you are. You lying because you got insecurities. Now, if you ain't got no insecurities, good for you. But most people that got insecurities, they go into the world lying. I'm a dope dude. You don't even believe you a dope dude. I can fight. You ain't been in the gym in 10 years. You ain't seen the gym. Talking about you can fight and you can protect somebody. See, most people, it's just areas of life where you can lie and you can't be checked. But not in fighting. Ain't no lying there. How many people have walked in the gym like I can fight and they go get Baby Tyson from the basement and he clean your clock. I had a sniper, this dude that I knew that was a sniper, Bill, crazy, talking all that talk. I told him go to the gym. He ended up going to Breland. He ended up going to the gym in Brooklyn. The world famous gym, Gleason's, and got knocked out with all his big muscles. He was on the ground, sleep with all them big muscles. I told him the muscles wasn't gonna mean nothing. See, that weight muscle, that's not the type of muscle us fighters have. We have what's called long muscle. Long muscle is functional muscle for fighting. That little rocky muscle, that's good for looking good in the t-shirt. And maybe if you grab somebody, you could pop their neck off, or you could manhandle somebody real crazy. I'm not knocking people who lift weights. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But long muscle is mainly what you're going to see on fighters. So you can't lie in fighting. You can go in there talking all that smack, because the mouth can lie, but the body, unless you're a CIA agent or you've been trained to lie with your body, which most people haven't been, your body don't lie. So if you know how to fight, we're gonna be able to tell the minute you get in there and throw your first punch. Soon as you throw your first punch, I'll know if you know how to fight. Your first kick, even the kickboxer, even as a wrestler, the first thing you try to do, I'll know if you know anything. See, because you can't lie. And this is why fighting is good, because it will check you. It checked me. Listen. That's why I follow you while I'm stretching. Salute. It checked me. I had all types of mommy issues and hood issues and, gangster issues and tough boy issues. I had all of them issues. Fighting helped solve all of that. Help fight. Listen, like a therapist, like straight therapy. It was straight therapy, and I had good teachers. Roberto Sharp, Wilson Pitts, teachers that sat on my neck and wouldn't let me cry or surrender or give up. And sometimes I wanted to. Sometimes I didn't always think this martial art thing was gonna pan out for me like it did. I remember doing Wing Chun, like, nah, I don't understand this, man. Get this out of here. I'm never going to be good at this. I just ain't got the coordination. Roberto laughed at me, put his hand on my shoulder and said, you'll be all right. And then walked away from me. I was expecting a deeper conversation, but he gave me something real quick. But that's what I needed, because I needed to sit there and stew. He ain't hold my hand. He let me sit there in all my little potty, in my little pity party. I had my little hat on. I'm twirling the MZ. What age did I start fighting? Woo, good one. I'm gonna have to go to, I think I was like 9 to 10, YMCA, learning karate. I stayed on the white belt though. My mom and my brother went to yellow belt. I was way too distracted that young, but I guess, the seed was planted. Sometimes it takes a little while for the tree to grow, but the seed was planted. And from then on, I did 52. When I went to my military/boarding school, they had wrestling, taekwondo, we did archery. That's one thing about that school, telling you, white culture, boy, you do a lot. I learned how to swim. You know what I'm saying? When I got back to the hood, a lot of dudes ain't even know how to swim. They got in the water, they got up to their ankles and started looking crazy. I hit the water like a dolphin. You know what I'm saying? I had all of that stuff. That's why I'm never knocking going to that school. When I was young, I used to knock my mother a lot for sending me to that school. But now that was all blessings, because I wouldn't have the mind I have and the culture that I've had if I wouldn't have went to that school. So yeah, they had stuff like that. Wrestling was big in there. That's why I got a lot of my learned a lot about wrestling in there. 9 years old. I've been at it for a minute. I'm 3 years away from the big 5-0, and when I get 50, at 50. I'm at my Pa May stage. I'm gonna be sitting on the teacup. I'm gonna get me a house somewhere up in the mountains. So anybody that want to train with me, you're gonna have to climb a mountain and almost die. And if you survive and get to the top, I'm gonna give you the Pa May lesson. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be sitting on the coffee cup, because I don't really drink tea. Coffee up. I'm gonna be at the top of the mountain, sitting on the coffee cup. You're gonna have to climb all the way up, almost risk your life to get to me. But if you survive, I'm gonna give you that work. You're gonna get that information. Turn you into a straight assassin. You're gonna be assassin of Burley. But getting back to it, people, fighting is everything. So let's do some breakdowns. We got to talk about it. We talking about it. We got to talk about it. The jab. Now, the reason why I see a lot of people always messing up the jab. Stop trying to knock people out with the jab, man. Stop it. Unless you Larry Holmes' nephew, or you got Larry Holmes blood in your veins, stop trying to knock people out with the jab, man. You're doing a disservice and you're taking away the job of the jab, man. You messed it up. I'm here to let you know you're messing it up. If you out there jabbing all strong, trying to knock somebody out with the jab, no. The jab is a setup weapon. Yes, there is a stiff jab, but even the stiff jab has some pliability to it. It's a ruler, people. Your jab is a ruler. It's one of your most defensive, offensive weapons in your arsenal. I don't care what you're doing, wrestling, kicking, punching, shooting, or stabbing. The jab hand is necessary. How would the jab hand be necessary if I had a pistol? Let's say this was a pistol. Let's just say. We know it's a remote control, but we're using our imagination here, people. This is the Glock right here. I got it. You try to run up on me. Ha! Stop. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. See the jab, and this is the distance. Once your chest touches my hand, I fire. Bah! This is pressure release. This is pressure release. Keeping the space. The same thing if this was a knife. Now, I'm not trying to, for my YouTube channel. This is all for the art of war. We ain't trying to tell people what to do. Same thing. You don't let them just take the knife. Yeah, ha, ha. So the jab hand is the ruler hand. You don't want to throw all your power into this hand because then you can't throw powerful with the bomb. So now if I'm an orthodox fighter, this is the bomb. So I want to make space. I want to touch you. If I can touch you with this, he can get in. That's the conversation these two are having. This one is talking to him like, yo, son, is it time? Is he in range? Can I let go? Go! Bang! And he jumps in. Your hands got to talk to each other, people. And they talk from the jab. The jab, because without that, you'll just be swinging for the fences. That's why you see them out there in these street fights. They just be swinging for the fences. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to find their range. They just praying to find it. They just out there praying on range, praying to find their range. They just out there swinging all crazy because they're not jabbing. You will swing for the fence, kick for the fence if you don't know how to get the jab, because the jab is your ruler. You're trying to see how much, when are you in range? And you can jab yourself in the range. You ain't even touching him. You just jabbing, stepping forward. He don't even see it because he's so busy trying not to get hit with the jab. He's not even noticing. The YMC was dope. Yes, it was. He's not even noticing that you stepping forward on him. Bang. And now you done close the distance right in front of him. Bang. Whip him. Got him. Got him. That's the power of the jab, people. Ali said when they asked Ali at the end of his career, what is he still learning how to do? He said how to throw a jab. Because you can throw it from so many ways. You got the pecker jab. You got you got a circle jab. You got the floating jab that floats up. You got the quick tight right jab. You got the lazy jab. Ha, you got the body jab. It goes on and on and on and on. Because it's not the weapon to kill. Too many people are out there using their jab like a weapon to kill. It is not a weapon to kill. It is a setup weapon. It is your greatest setup weapon. And to anything, I jab, you come in, grab your legs, drop you on your neck. Boy, same thing, jab, you come with the kick. All that. Because the jab is finding my range. I'm not trying to hurt you. I don't even need to hit you. And most times, you don't even need to hit somebody with your jab. If I'm like a fist away from your face, I know I'm close enough. And I know I'm definitely close enough for kicking. See, now kicking is different. If I jab and I'm about 4 fists away from you, about 4 of my fists away from you, I know the kick can get you. If I'm about a fist away from you, I know the hands can get you. See, that's the stuff you'll learn from really putting time into understanding what the jab really is and the genius of the jab. Out of all striking, there is no striking weapon that precedes the jab. And I would dare anybody to try to debate me on this. I would dare anybody, any comers to date me to debate me on a punch or any strike that's more necessary than the jab. Even the fencing strike, that's the jab. That's coming in. So these are the things that you will pick up when learning how to fight that will also translate to your mental thoughts. You'll be jabbing mentally. You'll be jabbing people spiritually. See, it sinks in. Once it goes from your physical, the mental, physical, the spiritual. Now you're using these weapons on a whole different plane. You're ducking mental punches, spiritual punches. Not every punch that someone punches at you is a physical punch. So learning how to fight prepares you for the world. Because people are going to take mental punches at you, mental kicks, spiritual chokeouts. That's right. They'll try to choke you out spiritually. They'll try to choke you out mentally. Put you right in the arm bar mentally, a mental arm bar, a spiritual arm bar, and a physical one. They all exist. All of those planes exist. See, but when you master yourself, and fighting is one tool that can help you master yourself, you can be relevant and competent on each level that your ops are at, waiting for you. That's right. We talk coffee and weed part 3, people. We talking. You know what I'm saying? We got 18, 20 people in the building. Our crowd is growing. You know what it is around here. It's real information. Because I ain't going to give you that fake kung fu information. There's too much fake kung fu in the world, man. In fighting, it's just too much. Somebody got to say something. If your teacher can't show you what he breaking down to you in the sparring situation, then I don't know. Maybe he got a health problem, or he can bring in someone that can show you. Because Wilson Pitts and Roberto, they got in there and showed me. Maybe that's why I'm different. Because my teacher had no problem putting on the gloves and jabbing my face off to show me what he meant. To show me what he meant by setting up a false gap. Roberto ain't have no problem dragging me to the ground, choking me out to show me what he meant by Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Slapping my face to show me what he meant about Chi style. He slapped my face hard. We was getting slapped on. Bop, bop, bop. Not that show you the strike, no. Slap his face off. So that's just my teaching. That's where I come from. And I believe it to be the most effective if we're going to teach men how to fight. Because men are naturally ambitious. At least the alpha males of us, we ambitious. Very. So you got to make us believe. Like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was ambitious. You couldn't tell Bruce Lee about some technique and talk about it. You know what Bruce's next words was going to be to you? Can you be like water and show me? You know what Bruce would say to you? Be like water and show me. Show me this. No. We're not here for the talk about it, man. This is the land of the warriors. We're not here for the talk about it. We're here for the show about it. Please show. Because that's where it's going to mean something. Your opponent ain't going to give you, hey, the right hand is coming. You better duck. I'm about to kick you in the face. Move to the left so I can't choke you. He ain't going to be telling you none of that. He's going to be just trying to get off. So you ain't going to have that luxury to sit around and get the information. You're going to be working. And the fight is happening on milliseconds, people. That's how you know what I'm saying? I seen one move in 52 blocks. They said, roll the dice. Roll the dice, you catch the shot, you do some rolling, and then you rolling and come on, people. The fight is happening in the milliseconds. You ain't got no time to roll no dice. The only dice that's going to be rolling is your teeth out your mouth. That's the only dice that's going to be rolling. If you did try to roll the dice in some real time heat, I mean heat, he bringing that heat. He wants you sleep. You going to try to roll the dice? A big move? No, man. It's too much. The fight happened in the milliseconds. Milliseconds. So whatever your technique is or whatever you're going to do, I hope you adjusted it to millisecond. Because if it's not set on millisecond, you're going to sleep. You're playing the wrong game. And that's the delusion of men. The delusion of men is that they think they can do all of that without training. Fighting got to be the only thing that men just think they know how to do naturally. You ain't no natural mechanic. You don't naturally know how to fix an elevator. You ain't a natural truck driver. You had to go get a CDL, a license, take some classes. He said, I hope you get your house on the mountain. You have always answered my questions. Come on, man. What's going on with my thing? Salute, MZ. I appreciate you. My thing ain't rolling up where I can see my messages right. I got to get on that. I got to figure that out. Salute. I'm praying I get that. I need that house on the mountain sitting on the coffee cup. I think I deserve it. I put a lot into this game, especially in 52. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot into this game in 52, you know, and it's great to see that it has legs now. There was a point where we had to keep pumping life into it. Now it's like Frankenstein. It's alive, like 52 out there like Frankenstein, just being alive, taking over different places. People want more information. I got Buddha Blunt coming, you know, more choreographed fight scenes. Hopefully one of these movie producers is going to pick me up. Somebody let 50 Cent know. If he need a fight scene for BMF, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Somebody holla at 50 and let 50 know what Light Burley doing, what we doing down here. You know what I'm saying? Because all it takes is for one big wig to look down, see what you're doing, and pull you on up. So that's all we're waiting for over here, because we done put in good work. My Burley's put up the most videos. I got some dope students. I got the best students in the world. I done sat down with some of the greatest martial art minds. You know, there's more to sit down with. You know, I've been saluted by great martial art minds. Salute to Coach Barry Robinson, one of the dopest coaches, always showing me love. And that's, you know, when you get love from your peers, it's a different thing. When the stranger gives you love, that's good too. But when you get love from your peers, that's what's up. And salute to MZ. He done put 35 in the till tonight. Nothing but the triangle trade with the step ladder for him. That's right. That's how we do it. And that's how your 52 got to be. You got to get right back. Back. That's right. You can't be spending too much time. You ain't no robot. You gonna get put to sleep. That 52 gotta be quick. And then you coming back with something. You ain't got no time. And you see, I'm 52 with the hat on. Come on, somebody give Light Burley his flowers. I'm doing it with this pretty hat on. You just seen it. I just did the 52 with this pretty hat on, and I didn't disturb the rim. Look, the rim is still pretty. I ain't even touched the rim on it. Look, I ain't even touched the rim. That's how long I've been doing this. Triangle trade for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's how your 52 gotta be. In real time, if you want to catch some punches and survive against someone that's trying to put that laser on you, you ain't got no time to be brick house. Just tight with it. You got to be loose. Everything got to have coordination. Got to be loose. Yeah. That's a pimp hat. Yeah, you see that pimp hat. Thank you, Dick the Professor. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is pimping ain't easy. Pimping ain't easy, but sure, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that hat is nice. I had to get the red to go with the red 52. And as you see, I got the 52 blankets in the back. You know, if you want your couch covered with a 52 blanket, it's coming. Facts. That's A-Tum. Will it be, sir? Salute. Salute to everybody on the live. This is Coffee and Weed. If this is your first time ever viewing me or jumping on one of my lives, we talk about fighting. We talk about other things, but we mainly talk about fighting. Every now and then we just started off with something easy, but it always comes back to the warrior's way. Because this is why there's so many beta males in this world today. Boss. Because they lack the fighting skills, man. These betas don't even believe in fighting no more. They run around with Dracos and big guns, and then they all scared when they go to jail after killing somebody. At least if you're gonna kill somebody, go in like a gangster. Like, yeah, I meant to do that. I'm gonna go and do what I had to do. What I had to do. Nah, but they back in my day they had gas, but they had hands too. It could go to the hands, and then it could go to weaponry. But they had no problem giving you the manly beatdown. That was preferred. That was preferred. Like Masashi. Masashi was chopping off heads, and then he went to a wooden sword. And I want to believe that he went to a wooden sword because he wanted to humiliate people. He wanted to send you back to the village with knots all over your head. People saying, what happened, man? I went up there and challenged Masashi and locked me all up. He taught you a lesson. Because once he killed you, you were dead. It was over. There was no more lessons for you to learn. If a man kill you, it's the end of the road, end of the story. You can't be taught nothing else. You know, that's almost like letting them off the hook. Masashi said, nah, I'm letting these dudes off the hook by chopping their heads off. I'm going to use a wooden sword and knock their heads up, send them back down to the village and tell them Masashi sent you. You know what I'm saying? And they had to learn a lesson. Now they had to go back home and better their technique. Like, damn, how Masashi was hitting me on my head, I got to come better with it. That's how it should be. That's the art of fighting. Toby Smith, salute. That is bigger. You kill a man, you've done nothing for him. You leave him alive and humiliate him, you've done a lot for him. Tar and feather him. That's right. You gotta bring back tar and feathering people. I bet if they bring back tar and feathering men, a lot of men wouldn't commit the crimes. Like, a lot of men go to jail and do that time like nothing. But what if they say, yeah, well, we ain't doing that no more. We bringing back tar and feathers. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of men going back to college. Like, I ain't selling no drugs. They out there butt naked, tar and feather you. You gotta run around with tar and feathers on. Ain't no real man want that. Real man go to jail, do his time. There ain't nothing. You sit in solitaire. We met. But you start tar and feathering people again, I bet you'll change you change the whole game. Because that's men at their essence. It's men at their essence. Alpha men. There's certain lines alpha males ain't gonna cross. These beta males are crossing all the lines. Matter of fact, they done rubbed all the lines away. It's hard to know when you're crossing the line because you can't see the lines anymore. It's all blurred lines now. We used to have lines in the sand, like I'm drawing my line in the sand. Now, everything blurred lines now. You don't know where the lines is at. You step over it, next thing you know, you on LBDGQ Elemental P Street. You know what I'm saying? And funny colors, and people waving at you funny, and you just wanted to go outside and get a sandwich. It's different now. It's different. So it's even more relevant for you to stay in your manly frame. And as men, our most manly frame is war and violence. I don't care what nobody's told you. Our most manly frame is violence. We were sent here to do it. Listen, it built nations, it saved nations, and it's going to continue to do that. There's women and children to the back, men to the front to fight and die. That is your nature. So if that is your nature, you have to hone this nature. Because now we're in a society. We can't be as savage as we used to be. The society rules. So now you must hone your nature. Because if you don't, your nature will run wild and it'll run against you. Press one. Shoot. You know what my teacher said? He said martial arts makes useless men useful. Once again, martial arts makes useless men useful. So fighting is your nature as a man. You have to do it. So why not train it? Because you don't just naturally become good at it. There's no magic to it. Just because you can get mad and flex your muscles don't mean you can fight. It don't bring nothing extra to the fight that you can flex your muscles and make a mean face. Matter of fact, when you know how to fight, you can fight laughing at your eye. Laughing the whole way. Because you know what you can do. See, this is the way of confidence. So you see a junkyard dog, and I seen Caesar Milan. The dogs that are really acting crazy, they're scared. They're not the killer dogs. The real killer dogs, they don't bark. They just look at you. And when you get too close, they hit you. Bark! That's it. They go straight from 0 to red line. But the other dogs making all that noise, they just scared. So all that noise, I mess you up. So, that's fear. Because I ain't got to say none of that. When it's time to rock, I ain't got to say nothing slick to you. I'm not even a slick talker. I don't even know how to talk slick before the fight. All I'm going to tell you is, this is going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. That's all I'm telling you. That's about as slick as I can get, and then I'm going to get to talking with these. That's how it goes. So you making all that noise is because you're covering up the fact that you don't really want to fight. You don't know how to fight. But when you know how to fight, you can save your community. Because then when you know how to fight, you know what fights to walk away from. You know what fights are below you. See, when you know how to fight, you can tell which fights are below you. Like, come on, man. I ain't got no time left hooking you. You ain't even got no coordination. I left hook you, you slip off the curb, crack your cranium, I go to jail. I'm not touching you. But then you'll see the wolf, the apex one. You see your own reflection challenging you. You're going to have to fight him. Yeah, he about his business. And you're going to need some skill to get through him. See, that's what happens when you learn how to fight. You can make those distinctions. Roger W., good evening, good evening. You can make that. See, but when you don't know how to fight, you'll just be fighting anybody. Anybody that gets you mad or gets you in your emotions, you'll think it's time to fight, and you'll mess around and die or go to jail. It's not going to work out for you because you can't fight every fight. But I'm telling you, if you know how to fight, you can pick the fights that are beneath you, the fights you don't even need to be engaging in. You will know in your spirit, like he's not the wolf, he's a sheep. He's a sheep in a wolfskin jacket, but he ain't no wolf. And your spirit will also tell you when, that's a wolf in sheep clothing right there. He's a wolf. You're gonna have to back him down. You get that third eye. Because learning how to fight wakes up your third eye. You start smelling punches. You can smell kicks. You can smell when your opponent is trying to set you up. I can literally smell a setup like, oh yeah, he's trying to set the kid up. I'm gonna go right. What you thought you was gonna catch like Broil with that one? Now I smell a trap. Because I've done it so long. I smell a setup. Can't catch me with that. Got to come better, baby. Coffee up. Yes. We have done it. Coffee and Weed, part 3. I want to thank everybody who tuned into the live. This is an every other day thing. This is what we're doing. We're going to keep talking. And people want to know if I can run out of things to talk about. You must not know Burley. I can do this forever, ever. Ever. Yeah, I can do this forever, ever. And I thank you for giving me your attention. The priceless commodity of time and attention. See, attention and time go together. They are a priceless commodity. Don't you forget it. Watch who you give your attention and time to, because they are a priceless commodity. Once it's spent, you can't get it back. There's no refunds. There's no backseas. It's gone. It's gone. So your attention and your time is a priceless commodity. Watch who you spend it with. And I appreciate you for spending it with me in this hour that I've been talking, drinking coffee, and smoking weed. I love you all. Until the next time, drink your coffee, smoke your weed. Salute.